Hi and welcome. You're watching another TBC 24/7 live broadcast on accepting abundance. My name is Paul and this is episode 89, and today's date is July 11th, 2018. First, I'd like to say that abundance is obviously the opposite of scarcity and lack of. And abundance is what the world has to offer all of mankind, in spite of what we've been taught all our lives. Okay, there is a tremendous amount of abundance on this earth for 3 times the amount of people and even more than we currently have on this planet. I just want to make sure that guys start to think in those terms, because we've been trained all our lives to think in scarcity with our mindset that there's just not enough to go around. Okay, we've got 7.6 billion people on the earth, and we only have 2,200 billionaires. That is the problem with this planet, and it's been that way to different amounts, obviously, people for centuries. Okay. And it's the real wealthy that tend to and have always controlled the rest of the people. And we are at a time in, I believe, mankind's existence where that whole system is going to change. When the internet first came out, I didn't know a whole lot about it, but within a few years, well, even less than that, within just like a year or two, I jumped on because I wanted to drive it, okay? I didn't have to understand how the engine worked, but I wanted to drive it. And we saw the masses pour into the internet by 1995, 1996, and it matured by 2000. And then it just went crazy with the search engines that came out and the social media that came out and all the ability to chat so much easier with each other. This is what attracted people, is people want to be able to communicate with each other. They realize that when you grow up, your friends, they go all over the place, right? They don't just necessarily stay in your neighborhood anymore. They go out into the world and they move around, and depending on what their business is, what their job is, and so on and so forth, it's not so easy to see them every day. But when you can communicate like that on social media, and we all got cell phones now, mobile phones, it's just wonderful, right? So people are very, very attracted to that technology, and they don't have to understand it. As soon as they realize what it is, they just go for it. Now, in 2009, a guy who calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto created the blockchain technology, okay? And he built a coin based on that blockchain technology. And this coin had supply and demand behind it. It had POW, which is proof of work. The miners had to spend a lot of money and time in the beginning to create a coin through this blockchain technology. And a lot of people, again, did not understand what that was. But as the years went on, they realized that it wasn't going away. But they kept asking themselves, at least I did, is this real? Is this going to stay real? And I made the mistake of not investigating enough the blockchain technology, because I tend not to be all that passionate about tech stuff. I just like I said, I love cars, so I relate everything to cars. I don't like working on cars. I'm not a mechanic, okay? But I love driving them. So eventually I realized, you know what, I'm going to have to learn a little bit about the mechanics of this thing, because I need to know whether it's worth driving. So I went ahead and did some study, and it was by then it was 2016. Okay. But I knew at that point it wasn't going away. It was already out for what? 5 years. No, yeah, 6 years. Okay. 6, 7 years it had already been out at that point, and it wasn't going away, and it was just getting bigger and bigger and more popular. Every time I turned on my computer, there was something about Bitcoin. So I went ahead and did a small amount of research, and I realized that, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. This is real. So I purchased a little bit of, well, at the time, 2016, I didn't buy a full coin. I went ahead and purchased a division of the coin, which they call Satoshi. Okay, I purchased some Satoshi, and then I purchased some more, and then I purchased some more, and then into 2017, I was still doing research, and that's how I came across the Billion coin, okay, which is obviously different than Bitcoin. It was just another coin that had come out, and I realized that it had already been out for a year. And I said, okay, well, I know what Bitcoin is, and I know it's being traded on this market along with other coins like Litecoin and Ethereum and all these other coins, Dash and whatever else was back in 2016. And I don't see TBC though. I don't see the Billion coin. And so I watched more videos. There wasn't too many videos at the time, 2 years ago or a year ago. And I found some links in the description of some of those videos. I went on the website and I realized, boy, this is really different. This is really different. The creators of this coin, they had this mission. And I said, well, geez, and I kept reading about how they purposely did not put their coin on the market and the reasons why. And it made complete sense to me, because once a coin goes on the market, anybody can buy that coin up. The wealthy, the already wealthy, can come along and buy all those coins for themselves, raise the price up, right? And then the masses come in to try to make a little bit of money as the prices are going up. And then if they're not careful and they don't really know what they're doing, they don't know how the pump and dump system works with these wealthy central bankers that invented the markets in the first place, then they can get hurt when those wealthy individuals decide to sell. Okay, they decide to dump. Prices go down. People lose their coins back into the system. And then the wealthy picks them up at a lower price, and it starts all over again. But each time they do that, they pick up more and more of everybody else's coins. And eventually, and they're very patient, they get all the wealth to themselves. This is how they work. Okay, so even though cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin and all those coins, are real money, they really are. They're real money. They are an option, just like gold and silver and platinum, precious stones. They are an option to protect the wealth that you have in US dollars / Federal Reserve notes, which is complete fiat currency. That's not even money. It's backed by nothing of value. It's a 100% debt-based system that has been in effect in our country here in America since 1913. Now, it got really bad when they took us off the gold standard in 1971, which means that there is now, from that point on, nothing at all backing the money up. Not even gold, nothing. And then they just kept on making more currency, printing more bills, and everything was becoming digital. It came out with credit cards to get the people into more debt, and it worked. And I always talk about this. America is about 70 trillion in debt when you include the government and the people. That would include, mortgages, car payments, student loans, everything, credit cards, everything. Okay, worldwide debt to the central bankers is around $247 billion, or is it trillion? Yeah, trillion. We're 70 trillion in debt just in America. $247 trillion in debt if you include the whole world. Okay, so we're at a time in our history where technology is giving the people the ability to take their money back in control through cryptocurrency. And this is an absolute wonderful thing, except you can't do it with the coins that are on the market because they could be manipulated. Their value could be manipulated by the wealthy to go up and down, up and down, up and down. So you can't use it as a solution to the world's problem, which is poverty. So the creators of the Billion Coin 2 years ago have a mission, and that is to eliminate global financial poverty. So the first thing they did was they took the blockchain platform that was available that everybody was using, the old Bitcoin original blockchain platform. You can call it 1.0. And they created their coin, okay, and they created a billion coins. And that was it, okay? They'd run the numbers of the population of the world and run the numbers on their algorithm that it created. They knew they were not going to go on a trading exchange, so they used an algorithm to value the price of the coin. And a billion coins was perfect. So they created a billion coins, and they're never going to create any more than that. Okay, and they started their coin on March 21st, 2016, and with just like 171 stakeholders. And they brought in a few more stakeholders as the months went on in 2016. And of course, I didn't find out about it until March of 2017. By then, they were a year old. And their membership, and that's what it is. It's like a private community. It's awesome. Because we have to stay with a mission. We have to stay close together. We have to know who we are and what we're doing. We have to plan what we're doing. There is a plan. We have to know how to follow the plan. So there's education available. There's just all kinds of amazing things available when you join our community. So when I joined over a year ago, just a couple of days after their first year anniversary, I bought my first division of the coin, because by then the coin was the most expensive coin in the world. And I'll explain why that was. And a division of our coin is called Kringles. So I bought some Kringles, and then the next day I bought some more. And then I never looked back. Okay. Seriously, I never looked back. And I never looked at another coin that was on the coin market exchange because I wasn't interested in gambling. Okay. Yeah, I realized that if you know what you're doing a little bit, you can make some money. And there's people doing that. But I was so passionate about the mission behind the Billion Coin that's what got me into it. And so in just a year and a half that I've been involved, we've done so much and grown so much that originally it was a 5-year program to get this done, right? Now we're just over 2 years old, and as far as I'm concerned, we're ahead of schedule. Okay, but let's just say we were right on schedule. It's just 3 more years and we would have accomplished the elimination of global poverty. And here's how that's going to work. The algorithm is based on the value of human beings. Human beings are the most valuable creatures on the face of this earth. Okay? So when a person And it doesn't matter if they're a man, a woman, or a day-old baby. If they're alive, they're a human being. And when a human being joins our community, and it's free to join, okay? And there's just a registration form that asks for a name, it asks for a real email address, because the admin is what we call the creators. They will send out an email, 2 emails actually, and you will need to go and find those emails and open them up and click on the confirmation links inside those emails. And when you do that, a wallet will be created for you and a back office will be created for you, which will be your own website, okay, called Kringle Cash, which will give you everything you need to participate in our community. It's incredible. Okay, now the algorithm is based on humans. So every time somebody signs up, it raises the value of our coin. And it's been doing that since day one, since March 21st, 2016. Every time someone joins, it raises the value of our coin. How much does it raise the value of our coin? It raises the value of our coin according to the price of gold, and it's 1 grain of gold per person. Okay, so 1 grain of gold, which is the smallest measurement of gold, and today's price, it would be about $2.80. So every person that joins raises the value of our coin by $2.80. Okay, now in the beginning, there was a different system where it was according to the growth. It could go anywhere from 1% a day to 5% a day in growth until it maxed out the price based on actual members. Okay, and now it's just working on members. Okay, so tomorrow, like I said, if another 5,000 join tomorrow, which they will, okay, so we don't really get less than 5,000 at least. New members joining every day, right? So 5,000, like I said in my video yesterday, will raise the price up $14,000 per coin. Okay, so that's what makes it the most expensive coin. But we have ways of getting that coin into your hands without you having to pay full price. But let me explain that to you, because we don't want you to get the wrong idea. We're not discounting our coins. We're not destroying our coins. We are so different that once I explain it, you'll understand. It will make complete common sense and logic to you. Now, the algorithm is based on the value of human beings, right? And we've got 1 billion coins out. Okay, we're never going to have more than 1 billion. And the next thing that the algorithm is based on is 1 billion members. Okay, when we reach 1 billion members, then that algorithm will stop raising the value of the coin. Okay, for example, let's say we are going to reach our first 1 billion members in 2 to 3 years, which is what we'll do. And let's say that the price of gold is still the same as it is today, around $2.80 a grain. Okay, so that's 1 billion grains per coin. So obviously the value of each coin will be worth $2.8 billion if you have 1 coin. Okay, so you'll be a multi-billionaire if you have just 1 coin. Okay, so that's how that part of the algorithm works. I guess that's really it. Okay, in the beginning, we were basing it on the euro because everybody knew what the euro was. And when we reached 1 billion members and the price was €1 per human being that joined, then of course the billion coin would have been worth $1 billion. So there was like 3 reasons why we called it the billion coin. But we've switched over to the value of gold because at this point in our growth, it doesn't make any sense to keep valuing it on fiat currency that's worthless. Okay, so basically when we switched over to gold, we doubled the price of our coin. Okay, so I want to talk about abundance and how you and how we are creating that. Okay, because this is very, very real. And the way our system is created is that we have control over the wallet system. You have to get your wallet from us. Okay, whereas with the other cryptocurrencies on the trading market, coin market cap, there's dozens of wallet companies out there that you can get, including one from the trading exchange itself, whatever trading exchange you're using. So, and they charge you fees every time you transact with the coin. They'll charge you a little bit, not much. Although we did see the price fees go up last year when Bitcoin slowed down because they can only do 7 transactions per second on that original blockchain platform. And they had to have a fork, and they created another coin called Bitcoin Cash, which that coin could do 130 transactions per second. So that really helped. But if you compare that to Visa and MasterCard, which is not on a blockchain, they're all over the world, obviously. It's just digital money, right? Going through servers. They can do, well, they're averaging about 2,000 per second. Okay. That's just where the process is at right now. Okay. But, you know, around the holidays, Christmas time, it could get up to 5,000 to 6,000 transactions per second. No problem. They can actually do up to 50,000 plus transactions per second if they had to, which it's going to be a long time before they get there. And by then, I don't think that system's going to exist. So we need, if we've got a mission of eliminating global poverty, we need a system that can do transactions as fast as Visa and MasterCard. Just common sense. Okay, so we built last year and part of the beginning of this year a brand new, super modernized, super fast blockchain platform 2.0, if you want to call it that. Okay, and it raised our transaction speeds to, we're doing between 2,000 and 3,000 per second, which is what Visa and MasterCard is averaging. So we're right there now. Okay, we've accomplished just another goal of ours. We have a system now that is as fast as Visa and MasterCard, can be used all over the world, which is what our mission is. We want the entire population of the world using Kringles as money to do everything. Now, it doesn't have to be the only money. Okay, if there's another abundance-based coin, a coin that always goes up based on an algorithm, that's great. Even the cryptocurrencies on the market, they're going to go up in value over time because of supply and demand. So eventually the people can use those coins also. But we have the first abundance-based coin that is literally a solution to the economic problems of the world. So we are the first, we're going to do it, and others are welcome to jump in and do the same thing. The more money, the more types of coins, crypto coins that become available that are abundant based, the better. Even regular cash systems that we see countries right now all over the world switching their cash systems, putting it back on gold, is going to be real money for the people. Okay, but depending on their government, how much control is the people going to really have? It's going to be a whole lot better than the central banking fiat currency system, where it's completely debt and the people are slaves. Okay, it's going to be way better. Okay, but how much better would it be if the coin wasn't in anybody's control but you and I? Now that is an abundance-based coin. Do you see what I'm saying? That's where abundance comes in as a reality, because we see that, and we know just common sense that if everybody's got the coin and they've got enough of it, and there is going to be enough, then everybody has wealth. Everybody in the planet has abundance. So we are looking, okay, for, and let me say this differently. Yes, we're looking for 1 billion people, right? Because that's where the algorithm maxes out. And once we have 1 billion people that have Kringles and coins, we can take care of the rest of the 6.6 billion people that are on the planet in complete abundance that they can't even conceive of. Okay, and there is abundance in this world. In spite of what we've been told, there's no limit to food. There's no limit to water. There's no limit to anything. Cars, houses, whatever comes out, there's no limit to it. Everybody deserves to have whatever they want. Okay, and there's going to be people working. It's not going to, take away anything that we have as human beings and how we're designed. It's just going to eliminate poverty. And I always say it's not going to eliminate hate, okay, but it's going to eliminate poverty and all the problems that are associated with poverty. And so when our first goal is basically to create 1 million billionaires, that's the first thing we want to do. We want to create 1 million billionaires. Okay, and then after that, we're going to create 1 billion millionaires. There'll be multi-millionaires and there'll be multi-billionaires. And all this information on how we're going to do it, and believe me, all over the wallets, we obviously the blockchain is decentralized, right? No control over that. But we have control over the wallets. So we don't have to be a victim, our coin, to the wealthy coming along and buying whatever they want. They can't do it. Okay? We, the members of the community, have the ability to distribute this wealth, this abundance out evenly, well, as even as possible to the people of the world, at least the first billion, right? And then even after that, we can spread it out any way we want. We can give it away at that point. It's not going to mess with the value of the coin. We can hire whoever we want. We can afford to just eliminate poverty, period. So we're going to do that. Okay, now, yes, in 2 years, we have grown by, we were at 100,000 members our first year. That's when I got involved. Then we grew 30 times last 12 months. So we went from 100,000 to 3 million. We're at about 3.3 million now members. And we have a long ways to go to get to 1 billion, right? But right now, especially since we've got this new blockchain platform, we are going to start seeing a massive amount of people coming into our community. And we're looking for like-minded individuals. That means you that are not selfish and you're not greedy and you have no problem with everybody having abundance. If that sounds awesome to you, we're looking for you. You need to come and join our community and give away abundance to your family members and your loved ones, your friends, everyone. Okay, we only need 1 billion and we're going to get 1 billion. Okay, but right now is a great time to come in. Here's another thing about the coin system, the cryptocurrency system. When a coin comes out, most of us who are familiar with cryptocurrencies know that you could get them very, very cheap in the beginning, right? And then as more people come in and purchase, the price and the value goes up because of supply and demand, or because of the trading on the market exchanges. So after a while, the coin gets so expensive that you can't even own a coin. Most of the masses of people. I mean, look at Bitcoin is over $6,000. I haven't looked for the last couple of days. Okay, and that fluctuates all the time, so you never know. But it was at 6,700, I think, a couple of days ago per coin. Look at our coin. The billion coin right now is worth $8.4 million per coin. So who can buy that? Just a very few people, right? So we have ways, but of course, anybody can buy pieces of Bitcoin, Satoshi. Anybody can buy pieces of the billion coin called Kringles. But you need a full coin if you want to be a billionaire. Now, a lot of people don't want to be a billionaire, and that's fine. That's a lot of money to handle, a lot of money to distribute among everybody, because you don't need a billion. A billion is so much money that you don't need that to live on. Even if you're 14 years old, $1 billion, you couldn't spend it in your entire lifetime. I mean, you could if you went out and bought a submarine or something. But seriously, you know what I'm saying? $1 million is just $1 million. Okay. And if all you had was $1 million and you were 27 years old, you would, if you managed your money really well, it may last you 10 years. Okay. At 37, if you didn't do anything with that million to make money, you'd be broke again. And you'd have to go out and try to make another $1 million 10 years later. Okay. So if you were a multimillionaire, that would really help, especially if you had like about 10 million and you were a young individual in your 20s. 10 million, could last you a lifetime if you manage your money right. Okay. But there's people out there that will want to be multi-billionaires, and there's going to be some that are just going to want to be multi-millionaires. And then there's going to be people that will be fine with just $1 million or even $500,000. Especially with the way the world is set up right now. Just looking at it now, we don't know what the future is going to bring. So why bother thinking about it, right? Most of the time, we just get anxiety when we look at the future, okay? Because we're loaded with propaganda from our media sources. And they want us to stay emotional, so they create fear in us. And then they've got us, right? Okay, so it's a really, really good idea to live in the present. We don't want to live in the past because that can tend to depress us. Okay, but living in the present is the best thing to do. And so, what was I saying about where I was going? I don't remember where I was going, but just the fact that the distribution of wealth, the rich cannot come in and buy what they want. So we are distributed out as evenly as possible with the control of our wallet system. Okay. And when we get to our first billion members, we will decentralize that wallet because there'll be no reason to control the wallet after that. We would have accomplished our mission. You understand? So it's just, common sense. So we are doing what we can with these live videos on YouTube and anywhere else we can do it. We approach merchants. We are making transactions every day, peer to peer. We buy things. We buy electronics. We buy cars. Maybe not brand new cars off a car lot yet, but we're getting there. Okay. But we buy used cars from each other. We buy land. We buy houses. We're doing things with the billion coin. And we have been since about 5 or 6 months into the coin's history. Okay, so that's the whole point, right? We don't want to take a coin and exchange it for fiat cash. That's worthless. The value is the coin. We want people to be using Kringles to buy and to transact as money because that's what it is, money. And so the problem is we have a very expensive coin, right? So what admin has planned all along was to give out that coin. Now, we as members of the community cannot give the coin out because it would discount the coin. And we cannot sell it for less than the price that it's supposed to be at every single day. And that price goes up every single day because more members join, right? And that raises the value of the coin by $2.80 for each person. So every day it's going up. If we're only bringing in 5,000, every day, then the price of that coin is going up $14,000 a day. So, but when we're bringing in 50,000, what is that? $140,000 it's going to raise the price of one coin a day. You see, it will get to 2.8 billion if that's the price of gold in 2 to 3 years. Okay, so how do we get a coin into your hands? Well, there's all kinds of ways. All we ask, or all admin asks, again, we are not giving it away as members. We will sell you Kringles, okay? And by selling you a small amount of Kringles, I'm talking about $100. If you will buy $100 worth of Kringles from one of us that are doing these broadcasts, or any actual member of our community that's got enough coin in their wallet that it's not going to hurt them to sell some, you know, they've reached the point when they've got enough coin, then what happens is when those transactions are verified on blockchain on both ends, admin sees that and he puts what he calls cookie points. Okay, it's like a reward system. And he gives everyone a free amount, which is about 25,000 cookie reward points, which is the same as it would be in Kringles, except that they're just points. And he puts them in your back office. And for every $100 you spend on Kringles, real Kringles that will go into your wallet, okay, he'll give you enough cookie points that it will be worth, if you didn't do a broadcast like I'm doing, I believe it would be worth $8,400 for every $100. For every $100 you spend on Kringles at the price of that day, he would throw in cookies that would be worth $8,400 as soon as you redeem them for Kringles. And we have a redemption month every 5 months. We just got done with one in May. We're going to have our next one in November. So how that would work if you were new is you would come into the system, okay, and you would, you would see all the different ways that you can get free cookies by just telling other people about our community, because we won't have an economy unless the people have the coins in their hands. We have to get the coins into people's hands. That is what raises the value. Okay? Hopefully, if you're new, a light's starting to turn on inside your head, and you're just going, man, that's different, especially if you're familiar with the trading markets and the other cryptocurrencies. Now you're going to start realizing, wow, the Billion coin is different. It's so different that when we got started, everybody was calling us a scam, which was ridiculous, but I understood it. Even a year ago more than a year ago when I got involved, and I saw the videos that were saying, oh, TBC is not on a trading exchange. How can it be real? Well, it's because we have been brainwashed into not realizing what is real. So it took a little more time and a little more effort if these people would have done it to educate themselves on the real difference between our coin and all the other coins on the trading market. And I took the time to do it, and a whole lot of other people have taken the time to do it. And it doesn't take that much time, really. You just, go to our website, which is thebillioncoin.info, and all of the links are down below in the description of this video. If you're new, just go down there. You'll find all the information you want about us. And just to give you a heads up, you might be thinking, well, is there a cost to join up? Because you're going to automatically think, well, I don't want to get involved in a scam, right? Are they going to ask me for a bunch of money up front, like so many programs out there do on the internet? No, we're not. We're not multi-level marketing. We're a cryptocurrency, okay? And we were giving this gift out last year, and that's why we grew so much, right? And we were doing it for free. It wasn't costing anybody anything. They can just sign up, get their wallet for free, transactions for free, and we give them a gift. And then if they wanted more, they could buy some more. And so what happened was most of those people didn't take the value of what we were giving them to their heart or to their mind. And they just kind of didn't pay attention and went about doing their lives. Okay. And if anything, they got this gift and they were so poor that they wanted to find some way to turn those kringles into fiat currency in whatever country they were in so that they could go to the store and buy some food. Okay. So we showed them how to sell. But the point was, they didn't value it. And so many of them just walked away and disappeared, and they're doing nothing whatsoever. And so when we created our new blockchain platform, and we built another 1 billion coins on this platform, and now we're migrating from the old platform, all of the people, 3 million, over to the new one, including a new wallet system. When we're doing this right now, we'll be done on the 31st of this month, July. Okay, so let's just say that's a hard date. And on the 1st of August, what will happen is that entire server system on the old wallet and the old blockchain will just turn off. We'll just turn it off, and that's the end of it. Anybody who still has coins in that old wallet is gone. And all 1 billion of those coins, well, not all 1 billion because we don't have 1 billion in distribution, but yet because admin has so many coins, he needs to get out. He needs our help getting it out. But all the coins that that whole system, that whole 1 billion coins will just disappear. Okay, that's why we made a new blockchain and we built a new 1 billion coins. Now, the people in migrating, what he does is he takes the coins that are from the old wallet, and when we migrate over to the new wallet, he just turns a switch off on those old coins and he puts brand new coins that are on the new blockchain, the same equal amount into that wallet. Okay, common sense and logic just tell you, okay, yeah, that's how it works. So that is what's going on. And so that's why when we have 3 million people, we don't have 1 million billionaires yet. When all they have to do is spend $100 and do a broadcast, and they can get 1 full coin. If they don't do a broadcast like I'm doing, okay, then they'll get $8,400 for their 100. And they can do that as many times as they want. Now that's leverage. That's leverage like you've never seen. I mean, think about it. Oh, I was going to tell you the price of what we charge now. We charge a $10 fee for a whole year's worth of the back office, your own personal site, for you to do anything you want with, okay? And believe me, you can do a lot with this site. You can even make money every day by using that site to let other people become aware of it and give them the opportunity to also spend $100 and become a multi-billionaire when the coin reaches its value, its max at our first 1 billion members. Okay. And if they do a broadcast, they just need to do a broadcast for 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. I tend to go over, a lot of us go over because we're just so excited. We can't finish what we're saying in a half hour. But that's what basically it started out, is in half-hour slots. We divided the 24-hour period of the day into half-hour slots, and you can set yourself up to do a live broadcast, pick the time you want, and then do a live broadcast. But you can go over, it's fine. And if you're thinking, okay, well, that's only 48 people can do the broadcast. No. We can take 1 million. Okay, we don't care how many broadcasts are going on live at the same time. It just gives people a chance to look around and find their favorite person that is talking and telling them what they want to hear and that they can relate to. And then maybe they'll hook up with them. Okay, so the more the better. Okay, so back to the point of, here we are still looking for our first 1 million billionaires. Okay, and it's easy. I mean, seriously, I know this sounds too good to be true, but think about what we are. And once you realize that the value is based on you, that changes everything. It changes the whole way we've ever been taught. It turns everything into abundance. And we're not used to that. We're used to people saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're crazy. If you want to get rich, you've got to do this and do that and jump through that hoop and jump through that hoop, and you've got to take it from somebody else. You know, I mean, I'm just being crazy here, but you know what I'm saying. You've got to go out and you've got to, it's a dog-eat-dog world if you want to gain wealth. Not all the time, but it tends to be like that. But again, when you're talking a world of 7.6 billion people and only 2,200 billionaires, there's definitely a problem. Who are those 2,200 billionaires? The vast majority of them are not good people. Otherwise, this world wouldn't be in the shape it is, because the world is full of abundance. And we don't see it, do we? When we look around, we see people who are poor, even here in America. But when we look in other countries that are still developing, why are they still developing in 2018? Why? Why? That's all you have to do is ask yourself why, and you'll realize, well, there's something going on. Something's not right. Why doesn't that country look exactly like America or England or Australia or New Zealand or Canada? What is going on? It's the central bankers. Okay? Plain and simple. And don't take my word for it. Look it up. Do your own research and figure it out. There's books. Okay? There's so many books. Okay, so that system is changing. It has to. It's been over 40 years since we've been on a completely debt-based system. It's going to implode. Okay? And we're going to have a new cash system. It will be backed up by gold. That's the only thing that makes any logic to me. And that's fine. That's great. But in the meantime, we've got cryptocurrency to fall back on. And not only that, but now we have the Billion coin, which is not just a backup plan. It is a first plan. Okay? And any abundance-based coin will be a first plan, not a backup plan. And so we are giving this coin away. Like I said, if you will do one broadcast for 20 and 30 minutes, and we will show you how. We will take your hand, if you're brand new, and walk you through the process of learning how to get on YouTube and set up a broadcast. If I can do it, trust me, you can, okay? And of course, there's people out there that are more tech involved and they do real fancy broadcasts. And I'm not one of those, but at least I know how to get on a live broadcast. And so the rewards they give live broadcasters are 1,000 times, 1,000 times greater than if you didn't do a broadcast. That's just to motivate you to get on a broadcast to help us get the word out to all the other people on the planet. Everybody watches YouTube. How do you think we learn? I'm just kidding. But seriously, YouTube is amazing, right? Unfortunately, it's not on a blockchain, but it should be, okay? Because then they wouldn't be able to shut our accounts off. They wouldn't be able to delete our videos that some people have been doing videos for years. They've got hundreds and thousands of videos, and they could be deleted by YouTube, which is owned by Google. Okay, but blockchain's coming to video platforms. So it's just a matter of time. Point is, just to do that will reward you 1,000 times more if you don't. So that $8,400 you would get by spending $100 on Kringles at the current daily price of that day that you bought it, if you did a broadcast and then you purchased $100, it would go up 1,000 times, from 8,400 to 8,400,000. And that price is going up every day, like I say, until we hit our first billion people. and it will be worth, if the price of gold is the same today, in 2 to 3 years, it'll be worth 2.8 billion per coin. And if you have multiple coins, you see where I'm going? Yes, it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. All you have to do is a little bit of reading. I'm serious, like 15 minutes to 30 minutes. If you were really, really concerned about it being real, you'd realize it was real. 15 to 30 minutes will change your life. Okay? It could, if you're like-minded. We need people that are like-minded, obviously. If you're selfish and greedy and, you enjoy driving your flashy car down the street and having your neighbors go, wow, look at that. Look at that person driving it. They must be really special. Look, they live in that awesome big house down there on the end of the street there. Ooh. Look at the clothes they are wearing. Fine. If you like that, then you're not going to be like-minded. Which is one more thing I should talk about before I end this for the day. And that is when you sign up, okay, and then the sign-up process is free, but we ask for $10, but you don't have to spend it if you don't want to get involved. What will happen is you'll register, right? You'll get 2 emails. One will create your wallet. The other one will open up your back office. The first thing you'll see is not something like spend your $10, forget your whole year, spend your $10. Okay, send it to the admin in Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum. You won't see that first. What you're going to see first is 10 paragraphs that they're going to make you read. Okay, and at the end of each paragraph, you're going to have a question, and you're going to have 2 answers that you can answer from. And basically, what that is our mission statement divided into 10 paragraphs. And so, by reading a paragraph and then looking at the question and choosing the right answer, you would already be agreeing with that first paragraph. You would already be like-minded with whatever that first paragraph said. And if you click on the false, it's not like you're going to fail this test, because if you click on the false answer, the wrong answer, it will tell you, hey, you hit the wrong answer. Go back and read the paragraph again and click on the right answer. Now, the reason I'm smiling is because this is a vetting system, okay? It's a vetting system. And I can just imagine that there's individuals that are going to look through those 10 questions, and they may not even get through the 10 paragraphs, because they're just not going to agree with what our mission statement is. With everybody being abundant in the world, they just might not like that idea. Okay, so after 2, 3, 4 questions, they may say, I don't want to, this is not for me. This is not for me. And then they can just walk away. They haven't spent a dime. They haven't spent 10 bucks. Like a lot of these scammers, they want your money up front. Oh, then we'll tell you about our program, right? Spend 10 bucks, it's only 10 bucks. Spend 50 bucks, it's only 50 bucks a month. Whatever, Spend 100 bucks, we'll let you into our community. We'll tell you all about how to make money on the internet, okay? Spend 100 bucks, we're gonna make you rich. They will spend a whole 3 pages on convincing you to spend something of your own money before they give you anything. That's a scam, okay? That's a scam. Okay, so what this does is it vets the people right out, because if they're not like-minded, they're not going to spend a dime. They're not going to hit the next page where it says, okay, you've passed all 10 questions. You're cool. The next step, if you want to participate in our community, is to spend 10 bucks. And then we'll take you through the whole process. Well, there's not much left to do. I mean, the back office is what will teach you. And of course, there's us that you can contact. We have a community. We contact each other. We talk with each other. We chat with each other. We have webinars. We have the admin who talks to us with a blog post, with a blog system. I mean, he'll post multiple posts every day. So we always know what we're doing. It's unlike anything you can imagine. It is absolutely the greatest thing that I've ever been involved in my lifetime so far. Okay, the only other thing that could be greater is me actually taking that wealth and using it to help others, which I already feel I'm doing, right? Even though we only have a very small economy. But as we gain more people, let's say we just grow another 30 times this year. That would take us from 3 million to 90 million. Okay, Bitcoin has only 12 million people using Bitcoin, and they've got a better economy than we do right now because we're only at 3 million. There's more places that are accepting Bitcoin, right? But they're not turning around like they need it. Oh, I need it in my business. I'll take it. I'll need to use it tomorrow to buy more product to sell, more customers. Well, what if the price goes down tomorrow? Then they lose. So these people that are taking Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrency are just putting it in their wallet and they're watching it go up. They're just leaving it there. They're not touching it because they got enough cash flow going through their businesses that they could keep, using that cash system and fiat system for now to repurchase whatever they need to repurchase and sell again. Meanwhile, they've got this wonderful wallet that's growing from the few people that come in and spend Bitcoin. It's growing and growing and growing because it doesn't matter if it goes down or up or down or up. Over 12 months, it's going to go up from supply and demand. There's only 21 million coins that are going to be made, and over 17 million of them are already in circulation. Okay, and they're purposely slowing down the process of mining the last 4 million Bitcoins over a period of I don't know how many years. I haven't bothered to look at it because what do I care? I found the billion coin. Okay, billion coins already mined all billion coins. It's just sitting there in admin's wallet, and he needs to get it in your hands because that will be what our mission is. That will be the achievement of it. So if you're like-minded, please take a look at the information below the video in the description and get involved. And you can contact me. I've got 3 or 4 ways you can contact me. And that's all I can say about that. Let me go over before I end this and see if there's any questions from anybody live. And go over before I end this. Okay. Uh-oh. Accounts that you get. Okay, here we go. Romeo, how you doing, buddy? Stephen Cuffy, how you doing? Doc Stevens, Doc Joe Stevens, love your videos. Serens, let me know if I'm not pronouncing that right. Some people have called you Serena, so I don't really know. But you're incredible. All you guys are incredible. You know it. Thanks for coming and showing support for me. Let's see if I can see anybody else. I can't get it to move today. Okay. Anyway, I'm scheduled for tomorrow again. Same place, same time, same channel. 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And we'll talk about abundance or maybe something else, whatever comes up. And we'll have fun. Okay. So please, if you're new, check us out. For your sake, for the sake of your family, your children, your children's children, whatever, do it. It only is going to take you 10 minutes to register and go through those questions. And then if it's not for you, you can just walk away. We're not asking for your $10. We don't need it. Okay, we just started to do that. After 2 years, we just started to do that because we could see that people weren't giving it any value. And we couldn't charge too much because we didn't want that anyway. But the fact that there's countries out there, the poor countries, like the developing countries, like we've got them all over the world. We've got them in the Caribbean. We've got them in Africa. We've got them in Asia. Okay, these people wake up and they see poverty. Not like you and I here in America or in what they call a first world country. We wake up and we see walls around us. We see all of our nice stuff, our flat screen TVs, our computers, desks, our couches, you know, pictures on the wall. We go outside, we get in our cars, go in the garage, we pull out, we drive down the street, we see nice houses, we see nice clean streets. We have bathrooms, running water, toilets that flush. We go down the street, we see beautiful buildings, trees, palm trees, depending on what city you're living in, okay? And you know what I'm saying? So even if Americans are struggling financially, which so many of us are now, we still don't see the poverty every day like these people do in these developing countries as soon as they wake up. So they tend to change their mind faster. They tend to be a little bit quicker in waking up because they're living it. It's in their brain every day. Okay? Maybe you've never really thought about that. So realize that there's people out there where $10 a month, it may take them a whole week to make that. Okay? $10 a month. $10, okay, covers you for a year when it comes to being involved in our community. But it may take them a whole week. But they will certainly value what they're going to get. They're going to get $2,100 worth of a gift, okay, worth of Kringles that they can start to use when they get it in their wallet in November. When they hit that redemption button in the back office and changes those cookies points into real coins, they will be able to spend them in November. You see what I'm saying? For $10. You don't think they're coming up with $10? Oh my gosh, they're coming up with $10. Okay? Because we're not asking 100. That would be crazy to do that. We have a mission where we're going to eliminate poverty and we'd be charging $100 to people that are making $1 to $2 a day as minimum wage in these developing countries. This is what we are the opposite of. Okay, so if you have a problem with $10, then okay, we don't want you. Seriously, you don't get it. Okay, so again, take a look, because what you have to gain is unlike anything you've ever seen. Plain and simple. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. I'm serious. If you've got family, you know you love them, right? Wouldn't you want them to be abundant? Wouldn't you want the entire world to be abundant based instead of scarcity based? Wouldn't it be great to not worry about anything that has to do with finances? Just live your life the way you want to and do whatever it is you want to, okay? Including work, if whatever it is that makes you go. We're still going to need workers when the world is abundant. We're still going to need people to build things, roads, homes, everything, okay? We're going to need people to do all those same jobs they're doing now, that love to do what they're doing. It's the people that don't love what they're doing are not going to have to, but there'll be somebody else that will want to, especially when instead of getting paid $10 an hour here in America, minimum wage, to work at McDonald's, well, we're going to own the McDonald's, right? So we'll pay you $100 an hour. There's no point in a person working 3 or 4 jobs to try to support a family. There's no reason for 2 people, adults, to both have 2 or 3 jobs and never be around their kids just to pay the bills every month. It's crazy. Okay? Is that the world we want to leave? I don't want to leave that world. But I didn't have much of a choice, right? Until I found out about the Billion coin and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And I said, oh my gosh, this is it. Just like the internet. It's a whole different world now. And Bo, I don't know what I'd do without the internet. Okay, I am so passionate about the internet. But I'm even more passionate about blockchain technology, okay, and cryptocurrency, and the changes that I know is going to happen. And just with those changes, making life a little bit easier, I'll be able to go to my grave feeling really good compared to if none of that had changed. by the time I die. You see what I'm saying? That's just me, but there's a lot of us like that, okay? And we only need 1 billion, so, okay, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching and listening again. And anybody who's new, thank you so much for hanging in there and listening to me go on with this long monologue. And, but believe me, it could change your life. And that's all I want to do, is change your life for the better. Okay, I love you guys, and I'll be here same time, God willing, tomorrow. So I'll talk to you then.